It's a beautiful hazy day out here at Jenkins Performance, and I'm waiting on a client who's really late. So I came out here and decided to poke around at my Toronado Trofeo for just a moment. And I made some decent progress pretty quickly, actually. It's the alternator that's just mocked up in place. But you can see I found some bolts that would work for that intake. I don't know what the hell that came off of, but I found a stud that would work for that. Got a few things moved around where I need them to be, maybe not where they put them on the main body ground. I think I found a way better, we'll talk about that when I see what it does. So that leaves, I know I'm gonna need, from recent experience, before even attempting to boot this bitch, them O-ring gaskets. That ain't gonna be worth a shit, so I need to replace that. All right, folks, I've been waiting a long time for this. I've been waiting a real long time for this. Systems are coming up and alive. Fire it. We're running. Imagine that, folks. And the air conditioning is blowing cold. What a day. The mighty 3800 rumbles to life once again in the Oldsmobile Toronado Trofeo. This one's a 90 model and she's been sitting for a minute. This is its first bring up and run in well over a year. At this point I'm burping the coolant and expecting for what might leak where and expecting leaks in several places. I do have milkshake coolant. Now I just did the lower intake manifold on it. Who knows how much coolant I got down in that engine oil at that time. Basically, the only way for me to know what's up is see how much, if it consumes coolant and the oil comes up, then I know I got a problem. If it sits where it's at, then I just need to change the oil out in the damn thing. But right now, we're running good. That ain't running poorly. And we'll take it easy on it as the oil is compromised, but it's running. Need to go over my wiring, do that a whole lot better. There's a lot to be done here, but my guess would be right off the bat, this gas is well over a year old, and we have some moisture coming out of that tailpipe, but none that I wouldn't expect for as long as it's been sitting. I don't think it's sucking water into the intake onto the air side of the engine. We don't have a miss from that. So we're going to bring it up to temperature slowly, burp it, and see what it does, and I might take a cruise around the neighborhood with it. It's got insurance. We don't need no tag. Well, it's looking deceivingly shiny after its first bath in about 2 years. Actually, the paint is pretty good on the car. It's only missing clear coat on a couple of spots on the other door, and this fender right here is faded from the others. I don't know why that's like that, but that's the way that is. Got most of the bulk filth off. Not the best wash in the world. Sure does look like somebody now, though, instead of the derelict crap I did have going around. Again, there's plenty more button up for me to do. She's not technically roadworthy. I took her on a, well, I mean, yeah, it is. I took it on a brief test drive around the neighborhood. Suspension makes all kinds of terrible noises. I have all that new to put on it. Engine running just fine. I need to drop that nasty oil out of it. It's got that coolant in there, but the level didn't come up any, so I'm assuming that that's just what I poured in it when I changed the limb. But after her bath, at least while she's still wet, it's looking like a totally presentable car here. As you know, it's been bothering my mental health a little bit, actually. Seeing it in that shape, seeing it sitting over there rotten, it doesn't need to be like that. It needs to be a whole lot more like this. I got that truck up for sale. With a little luck, it'll sell this weekend, and I can buy some new tires for this thing. We're going to go ahead and put all the parts I got on it. We're going to make that a deal this month and have this a running, drivable, usable vehicle. Just hanging out in it and letting her come up to temperature again and enjoying that ice-cold air conditioning. Boy, I sure wish that touchscreen would give us some joy, but as the programmer works, I'm tempted to say the machine itself does too underneath. I think I just don't have signal, but I don't know all that. They were real cool. They wrote out all your stuff instead of just Prindle. They wrote them all out. You got your middle seat controls, which are shared by the passenger and the driver's seat here. And then you got way the hell more seat controls everywhere else. So it's like a 9-way adjustable seat. If nothing else, this is the most comfortable car that I own for sure. most comfortable seat that I own. Like, even in the house, I don't have a recliner that feels as good on my back as this does right now. So we're just chilling like a villain and letting it idle a little bit, making sure that it understands the idea that it's back in service, and making sure the battery gets charged up here, which all systems seem to be go. She hasn't thrown any codes or done anything stupid yet. That's air conditioning on idle. If I turn it off, it's still a little hunty, but there's no way it's had a drive cycle yet. Again, I want to keep the RPM super low. It's got to have an oil change. There is some coolant in that oil. I think it's from the limb change, but I'll know better tomorrow. And if I got to go back in there, screw it. I'll just hurry up and go do so. Again, I expect it to get some surges while it learns what the hell is going on here. But this is new injectors, new limb. Hell, I did a whole bunch of stuff new on this. So, seems to be a happy car. I know I'm enjoying my place to hang out for a little while. Nice comfy seat. Nice place to get out of the weather. The lighting situation on the car certainly seems to be decent. Fog lights work. That's the low beams. Side markers are working. Looks like the stuff on the back's working. Hard to say with it parked in my blackberry bush here, but yeah, there's lots of illuminated red devil glow back there. See how them's working good? Them's working real good. We just burped the coolant out again, which I think it's happy about that. I think we got out another little air pocket. We're going to bring her up just a little bit more, and that's it. So far, so good. I mean, it does a self-check. It'll tell me all about shit if there's something real wrong. Seems happy enough. Can't wait to hear it chatter less. Anyway, I need to quit running it till we get the oil changed.